they played in the no, it's not the same because think about it. Nip had to go through the qualifier for the minors, so yeah, it is a direct invite. All right, there you go.
There you go.
The more you know.
Oh, we've got these fancy cams back, the roller coasters back.
I like roller coasters.
It looks like we will get into it this time. It's going to be Bolts as the utility player. One smoke, two flashes for him. We normally describe you. Listen to my casting. He's normally the A side, and he's smoking towards highway. Flashbangs towards the actual side itself. One smoke is not usually considered the safest option, but here we go. Android, Canadian boy wonder. Let's see where he can get going here.
Headshot on the jumping player. It's Henny that actually comes out on top. KNG is going to take down Android immediately after, so that starts well for Immortals. Good flashbang timing through the smoke, but somehow Slemmy gets across. He sees them trying to jump above. Before he can do anything of it, get his vision fully restored. They're able to wrap quad. Lucas now has a kill, so one apiece for all of Henny. KNG who's gone down, and Lucas. Desi's going to lead his way back around the side. I like that we have Desi's real name on the bottom because it makes it a lot more clear the fact that apparently it's not accurate. In the game, we saw it show up as 0235, I think, so I'm not sure what that's about. But Immortal's going to pick up the round. He's pretty straightforward with a bomb plant as well.
He's been playing of that the last few tournaments. I'm not sure why. He's got the lead speed going on. But there it is. Complexity were going for the aggressive play towards Squeaky Door.
Yeah, that would be what it is. Yeah, exactly.
Going for that aggressive play towards Squeaky Door. We've got a technical pause, so we can break this down fully if you like. Trying to get that aggressive pick. We normally describe that as being a viable option for the CT side, trying to get the first pick, full back. Unfortunately, Immortals, and to be fair, across the board here, I think you could say they've got firepower that's vastly superior to Complexity. They managed to get the first few kills there. Overwhelm that A-bomb side, get the bomb down. Smoke's deployed as well. CT's got a couple of frags. I think we had, let's have a look. We had Surreal and Desi finding a kill apiece, but that's really all they got going. So they're going to have to force by here in the second round. Technical pause. Haven't fully committed Complexity. Here we go. Deagles, Armor, CZs, and PT50s. Surreal and Android, though, not purchasing the armor. So I'm interested to see who is actually main AWPing now for Complexities. When I was following Surreal in his UK career, he was known as a main AWPer. Then he went over to America, and they were kind of mixing that role up every single game they were playing. I haven't really followed them as much as I should have done. But we'll see whether they can impress me today. It's been a while.
So I do spot one small error right now in the team equipment value. Above the CTs, it matches that of the Ts. But other than that, you can see how the money system's going to work. So the equipment value bought it on the T side was 25,950.
Okay.
Or is that combined? I think it's supposed to be individual for the team, but we'll keep an eye on it. I'm learning this as you are. I think it's quite beautiful. Lucas leads the way with the AK in toward mid. Already spotted one player in behind white box, but won't necessarily push through to try and take them down. So instead toward A main, that's going to spray in and take down Desi, who pushes through. So there it is. It's D351, which makes a lot more sense.
Yes. Well, normally in this sort of round, you want to go for some basic mid control. You've got the AKs, you can just take the jewels, and that's where KNG will be heading right now. They've already got the pick. It's a 5-on-4. Plenty of time to work as well. You're waiting for the CT reactions to come in, and here they come. Death, one of the UK talents, pushing through to A storage here. Desperately trying to find a kill. Spots player towards mid warehouse. He knows at this sort of range he won't have the advantage yet. Picks up a Deagle and have a chance to have another crack at it. But for now, Immortals making their way up highway as well to KNG, looking for the next frag. If he gets this, they probably commit towards the A site. He's undetected so far, and there's one player waiting for him at the forklift.
KNG's going to get around the corner and push out. At the same time, they get Squeaky Door attained. Good play from Lucas, catches off Surreal, so KNG's got a lot more room to work with. Now confirms there's a player behind the flames. Well spotted through them. Def goes down, catches off the rotations. KNG looking very good on the AK-47 thus far. Henny, with 24 HP, survives, meaning all five stay alive, and he keeps the SMG, which means they could carry that over for definitely this round, but potentially further. They have gone pretty much all rifles otherwise. We didn't really see much of a change in the SMG. I think there was a little bit less used, but it was still just as effective.
We saw the FAMAS come out slightly more, and the Galil as well. We saw a lot of teams opting for that. Even on the T side, not getting a bomb down in the pistol round or the second round. They fall by Galils in the third. That was quite interesting. Saw a few teams do that, especially likes of G2, and actually finding some great success with that idea. But for now, Immortals 2-0 up. It's going to be a full eco here from Complexity, just PT50s and USPs. KNG once again up towards highway. And this is a full A stack from the Complexity side. Sure, they're in the right position, but it doesn't look like they'll be able to get much done here. KNG finds another frag there. It's going to be a 5-on-3, make it a 5-on-2 as they start to drop like flies at this point. It's just be Death remaining. And not really much he can do about this one. He is in Squeaky Door. They might overlook him. There it is. Takes on Henny, but he should be taken down momentarily.
Trying to hold the angle, very tight angle.
Oh, got a neat little graphic there as well at the top.
You didn't see that the last few rounds.
I've been looking at my laptop.
Ah, yeah, no, it's been there. It's a real thing.
is all real nice. So we have the team money left. Oh, that's quite cool. You can see how much residual cash they have left over on the CT side, right? So team money 300.
Right. Okay. So it is an equipment value combined in the middle, the 51,000 that I saw.
Right.
It must be.
But yeah, it tells you how much cash is. You can actually see whether it's like a full force buy, etc.
No, I think it's very cool.
So Surreal is going to be the main author, apparently, like I was speculating before. He does prefer that role. We'll see if we can get rolling here. It's up against Henny, though, and we know he can be absolutely lights out at this map. Matthew, we've seen him have some sick games on this one, and he's picking towards middle right now. Looking towards white box. No one's going to be there. There's actually a CT player towards the sandbags area. That's going to be Android, joined by Slemmy as well on the right-hand side. So Henny could get caught out here, depending on what time they decide to face. Yeah, you can sense this might be happening. Slemmy very patient for now.
I like how he's very quickly flick-checking that, despite that it really wouldn't do much if he peeked at any other time. So he is being a little bit bold, holding off the wide angle toward the white box. He's actually crossed over and gotten himself a little bit further in the corner to watch Z connector instead. No boost over yet. Slemmy waiting. I think he heard the jump. He looked above but realized that's inside of A main, as we saw it on the X-ray. That is true. We've confirmed that, Henry. And they're going to go over toward the A site. 4 players in A main, 1 toward the squeaky door. That's Steel. He'll start to work his way through on Desi, who's sitting quite comfortably for now, but a smoke down in front of him. They'll be on top of him before he's ready to move. They've already put the Molotov in place as well, but he's pushed. Where is he? Because Lucas is going to go through. He's flashed up. Good timing. Desi goes down. Lucas is able to spray on the depth. He looks down the highway as well.
That's so blind.
And it's quite a good position.
Was that little team comms?
I think it was a team comm.
So blind. He's like, guys, I can't
Might
do
have been
anything.
I think probably what it was in-game.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's quite cool. Oh, yeah, you're right. So they're probably pressing Q to talk in-game, right? And then, like, talking to each other in that regard. But here we go. A retake is beginning. Android is Slemmy. Bring it down to 2-on-2 at least. They're going to be low HP and still finds another frag. That should conclude the round. That was actually really sick. You see the way Lucas runs him backwards, right? He's got a set path. He knows exactly where he's going with those smokes deployed. And the CTs, like you heard, so blind that you could see how there was wall munching when he runs through that smoke. And that's perfect, as he's so confident in the angles. He has to check. His teammates got everything else covered. And you can see that's a real nice set piece there. It's very common on the first gun round especially. You're going to be deploying those kind of tactics because the CTs won't have necessarily orbs or incendiaries or even a defuse kit if you get the bomb down. So set piece in those sort of rounds, very strong, and that's why a lot of teams are not opting to force buy in the second round as CTs anymore. Henny towards the storage now, gets the first shot on Surreal. They're going to be on a full eco, of course, so taking one player down, and we'll see whether this works out for them. Because they try and push in and take down Henny, but he seems to be finding every single kill. Lucas finds another one, and now Android, last player remaining. It's going to be 5-0 map. It's happening.
Could well be. I believe you in that hypothesis, Henry. Let's see if we get any deagle shots come out from young Android. Brad Fodor.
Do you know him at all?
No, I've never met him in person, nope. I know who he is as a player, obviously.
Yeah.
We saw him at ECS season
Wasn't he one of the players, like, he was originally in compLexity, then he left? And
well, it was Without a Roof, was who they were for a while. He was playing
Right.
with them, which I can't remember who they were before that. And then, yeah, he played with compLexity for a bit of time. I don't ask me to.
Yeah, I
recite
just
it
remember when
all.
the Brits first went to this team, he was in it, I think. And now he's back in. I think he left a little bit. I don't know.
There we go. That's what we were looking for.
Go
So
on,
at least
Brad.
one kill. Bomb's quite far along in its tick time, so he should be okay to try and hold the AK, but instead he gets aggressive, and Henny's able to catch him off quite quickly from highway.
Yeah, that's not bad. 5-0 for Immortals. The compLexity now. Do you get the maximum loss bonus? There's a little replay of Henny just mopping up with the AWP. They went for the aggressive B-take. They're hoping to trade with him, maybe pick up the orb and have a chance to do something with it, but not meant to be. Here we go then. It's going to be round number 6. A double orb setup. We normally discuss this being an idea when things are getting a bit dire for yourself and you're trying to find a solution. Be so overwhelmed, especially in a map like Cash. You have a turret on either side of the map. This is a fast play from Immortals this time, boosting 2 players up towards middle. Mid is open from the CD side, but that's fine. You've got the double orbs. You have the orb towards quad usually, and you see whether you can look towards highway and take them down in that regard. Molotov's deployed, and it's up to KNG to look above the smoke. I really like this strategy. Using that smoke to look above it from the white box as well is quite a cool idea, but Def's ready for it. Takes down Lucas, and they've got the advantage for the first time in this game.
Yeah, something to work with. Something to aspire to. KNG, though, has good position on highway. No one so far pushing back towards Z connector. In fact, they've gone passive. Slemmy's expecting them to push through. Problem in being so passive is that he has given KNG a lot to work with. He's going to start to slowly get a little more aggressive, but good find from Def on the AWP. That with A main going down into smoke in front of him means he can start to put a little more pressure toward Highway. He's not completely content with that, though, so he looks back the other direction. Desi and Android finding kills in the meantime over toward B, and it is just Steel remaining. So we could find a round for compLexity.
Yeah, you'd hope so at this point. Steel knows he probably can't win the round, but if he can cause some economic damage towards the CT side, that'd be great. Even 1 or 2 kills, that would limit them. They're going to lose the loss bonus after this round. No chance he can really do much of this. Managed to do a bit of damage, but Android finds the final frag. And there we go. compLexity winning their first round of the minor. It's going to be number 7 here. Like I said, the reset bonus is removed at this point. They're going to have to buy grenades over and over again. And have they gone down to $0? Have a look. What have they got left? I'm trying to work out the system. So the team money's on the left. So they've got 6K left over for now. Is that right?
No. Team money. Well, do the math. Press tab and see. So it says 5,900. What do you have when you do the math?
Yeah,
that makes sense. Yep. 17, 16, 2, 50. Yeah, that sounds right.
Okay, so that's cool. So you've still got the double up set up. They still have a bit of money left over. Not probably enough for a full buy to lose this round. So still a must win.
The only thing you have to remember when you look at that accumulated amount is that it's distributed among 5 people. So when you see 5K, it looks like, oh, 5K. It's not average per person. That doesn't mean they have a buy left over. It means they literally have 5K between all 5 of them. So the average is about 1,000 a player, which isn't a buy in hand. Ooh, death. First shot with the door open, and then through the wall. He actually hit Steel. Yeah, he's down to 11 HP. So he hit him through the door with the AWP. It must have just caught him shoulder, perhaps. Maybe it wouldn't have been door. Door would be a straight kill, so it would be through the edge of the wall.
Yeah. Well, 5-1. compLexity with the advantage once again. It's Death. He seems to be quite nifty with the AWP these days. I didn't really regard him as an AWPer. But 5 and 4 in their favor, still low HP as well. Immortals still have smoke grenades remaining, flashbangs and molotovs. Actually only 1 smoke, so execution potential definitely limited going forward. 45 seconds now. Bomb actually making his way towards A. So maybe just a basic execution, smoke at highway, molotov towards squad, quad and MBK. And it's only Death on the A side. So he's got the AWP, of course, watching that tight angle. He'll be smoked off, presumably any second. What a common smoke, there it is. And now he's got his work cut out. He doesn't want to go down with nothing, and that's exactly what's happened. Now the A side is open, and it's a 4-on-4.
4-on-4 indeed. Slemmy flashing over. We'll back off. This time CT's with control of highway, but not the site. So it's a straight take, and it works for Immortals. Bomb planted default. They'll sit on top of that to babysit it as a Molotov goes off to quad. That'll force at least 1 player to peek, but not far enough apparently because they can't find a kill onto him. Surreal starts the way. Steel's still on 6. Bolts goes down. Surreal on the off, so they're running that in a few different positions. Surreal getting closer. The UK player this time will go down with the up. Def not someone to wield it, but good job by Android. He's going to go directly on this, you know. He's going to hold this. Look at the second timer and everything. We've got milliseconds included as Henny takes the shot from above. It was a good try.
I think that was the right call. Go with that 4 defuse. It's quite rare they would do that. I like that idea from Android. Some nice shots there on the retake. Brought it down to the 1v1, but Immortals get the better of them. Like we said, that's a disaster. 4 compLexity is the best of 1. You've been fully reset. The money has been a bit of an issue here. I think they're taking a timeout. Good chance to do it. It's going to be Slemmy, 1 kill, not known to be a huge frag out. That was the issues he had in Cloud9. He brought up some structure, but he couldn't really keep up with the fragging. Didn't bring much to the table in that regard. So still struggling in that department, it seems. Desi, I actually think he's a really good player. I think he's a very talented individual. Up his downs in the NA scene. Been in almost every team, I think, across the years. But found his place in compLexity for now. He's on 2 for 7. Surreal, like I said, another UK player. Not one of the old guard. He's one of the later generations of UK CS players, was considered one of the hottest talents we had maybe a couple of years ago, and then went over to compLexity. I guess it's been kind of quiet since then. They haven't really set the world on fire, but Def and Surreal looking to fly the UK flags. It'll be Android, 7 kills, 6 deaths, and we'll have a look what they bring to the table in round number 8 here. It's going to be PT50, 6 deads, and yeah, pretty much for Lika. No nades, no armor. Round number 8. This should be Immortals running away with this one. I'll be surprised if I can even find a single frag here. Some decent damage done towards KNG. 17 HP for him, drops off. In terms of money, we get $1,900 for compLexity in the next round. So they have an average about 2.5K per player right now. So they definitely can buy, but it won't be the best. If they can get a couple of kills here, that'd be great. But like I said, unlikely. KNG now the only low HP player. He'll just be holding up towards the truck and T-spawn. This is very standard stuff. You get that first pick. You know, the CT's already, they'll be pushing for information, trying to catch someone off guard. You're just waiting for them in these sort of angles.
So Desi with B250 may get gifted an opportunity, not necessarily a kill. And Steel's ready to that. So down he goes. Straight forward. He'll continue to push in and clear out the lockers as well.
Yeah.
It's only Death left in the site. And he's going to sit, again, similar angle, as you mentioned. Pistols, and a little bit anxious. His fire doesn't see Zed. Couldn't get it. Lucas ducks underneath of him. The first shot looked like it had promise.
For so many flashes default.
So there you go. I think that's
I like
Desi
that.
saying that they like to always flash default.
Yeah, we get a bit of snippet of comms out.
Double up again.
Could be dicey. Some interesting stuff
Yeah,
to come through.
so that's the one thing with it is, I mean, tournaments have done this in the past. In fact, I had streams designated strictly to comms at one point in time. Ooh, Android. He looks flashy. But unfortunately, yeah, the issue is that the teams were worried about a few things. One is understanding communications and calls for defaults, and two, language that was unsuitable for the audience.
So the reason they use that, right, because if you use in-game comms on this sort of config, the players that are live can't hear you. It's only the players that are dead to communicate, right? So you can at least have a little chat and not
and
interrupt
distract,
players.
exactly.
So we used to do that when we played. So I haven't seen that in a while. It's quite nostalgic. So that's it. You normally give tactics away. You're normally describing what happened and how you went down. Normally, maybe raging your teammate as well. That used to happen quite a lot. Fast play from Immortals, it seems. Crisscross smokes towards middle. Will be boosting up as well. Surreal back on the AWP. No double offset at this time. As Death of us doing most of the work with the sniper rifle. He'll be down to just the M4 here. It's a really weak buy though. Surreal, no armor, no kits across the board. Famous to Slemmy, who's already struggling. He's on 1 for 8. And 7-1. So this is another eco to lose this round. It's a really difficult situation for them in this best of 1. If you're not aware, it's a double elimination GSL format. We've been using the Swiss for a while now. It's nice to see GSL have another go at it.
Yep, Sun is already down. Lucas gets in position timely as well. It is true, I do like this format for this setup as well because it gives teams a bit more of a chance to get through. We only get, I guess from this one I should say, from this particular minor, two teams are going to make it through to the qualifier. Desi, good response, but unfortunately they're a little bit late in doing so, and there you go. Immortals wins the round.
It's a long old road to the major, isn't it? So you've got to do the qualifier for the minor, then the minor to the major qualifier, the major qualifier to the major. So it definitely is a very difficult task to get there, but...
NIP can tell you all too well.
Too soon.
Is it too soon?
Breaks my heart.
It does. I mean, absolutely, but it's... How punishing is it now?
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. At one point, the most decorated team in all CSGO, now not even making it to be in the minor. Not fading in the minor. Didn't even make it to the minor. Insane.
Shot KNG takes down Desi. He peeks twice, not once, but twice, and it's to his detriment. They'll continue to wrap around from A main as well. Surreal and Def inside of the site still to hold off a crossfire, but Surreal's actually engaging already. Trying to flash Def in early enough to get the kill and back away because the AWP not still in position, so KNG cannot respond. And a double up set up on the T side. You talked about KNG picking it up as well as Henny.
Yeah.
Now they're using it against pistols. This is kind of interesting, but KNG's got 2 kills. Bolts has 1 death. That's all you get in the round, by the way. You can't have 2 deaths in a round. Just want to point that out.
Slemmy and Surreal. AK-47 obtained. Doesn't try and save. I don't... Okay, I was about to say, maybe might be worth considering the save of this weapon. Fancies the chances now. I guess at this point, it's a best of 1. Needs to start posting some rounds on the board. He needs to go for it. He's been very quiet so far, but starting to come to life, it seems. No kit available, but he finds his 3rd kill of the round. KNG, like you said, with the AWP, watching the bomb, and he's actually done it. Slemmy, who's been so quiet throughout the entire game, has an absolutely amazing round there. It was an eco, and he wins it after picking up the AK-47. The full defuse won't be a problem. And that's showing us at least he can still roll with the big boys, it seems. Great shots from him and a great clutch overall. 8-2 and plenty of money in the bag as well. This could be the comeback from compLexity. At least a chance to.
Well, we'll see. It would be a long road back into it. Because even they themselves, it is definitely a lifeline. Even they themselves, I mean, the money is low enough, you're right, but even they themselves will be able to get reset based on how many kills go against them, and then you could talk about force buying, etc., etc. But it is surprising that they have this lifeline, as you will, this early.
Yeah, so they're A1 down. Full eco managed to pick it up, so he's back into this. And Def now, he's feeling it, pushing to that squeaky door, taking down Steel. Very viable option, and there's going to be a frag for Slemmy as well. He's actually waking up, it seems. A player called out for having a lack of firepower in previous lineups. It shows us what he can do in the last couple of rounds. It's looking very good. 5-on-3 now. Surely a chance compLexity to convert a couple in a row here. Cannot get reset at this point, especially in a 5-on-3. That'll be so gutting for them. It's Henny, KNG, and Lucas now. They'll find something, and Slemmy gives it away. No real need for that. And it's going to be a 4-on-3 now. I beg your pardon.
So they start to work at A main once more, Lucas and KNG. Good shot, Lucas, to take down Def. Opens up fourth position. Crossfire setup, though. Desi's still behind Fork. He manages to back off. He's going to continue to do so. Caught from Highway. Good timing from Henny. He's tagged up and then taken down on the AWP, but Surreal's ready as he walks back in, so he keeps himself in it with a chance as Android's going to rotate around. They'll work together on this, one from Highway, one from Truck, the AWP obviously being at Truck. And Lucas with his AWP goes aggressive instead, but he's already spotted, shoulder baited. He's just holding, waiting for the angle, the flash timing. He actually clips Android through the wall, but it's not enough.
Good round there from compLexity after getting that 5-on-3 advantage as well. Looked like he might have slipped away. But they managed to win the 2 versus 2 situation. Finding that first pick, Lucas gets the AWP out. Probably a nice idea from him. I think if he'd have stayed a quad, he might have had a better chance. Wanted to go slightly more aggressive and make it a 1v1 situation nice and early. There's the replay of Surreal. A nice shot towards Highway. So they managed to do it. They've converted 2 rounds in a row, both of which where the bomb was planted, and it was 2-on-1 situations, but they've won both of them. Money still available for Immortals, but not much. You can see there's an AWP, a UMP, Khalil, and a Tech-9 as well. So that certainly signifies the money is being whittled away here. Pressing win this round, I would say they are back in this game. And it's going to be wallbangs attempted from the terrorist side. It's going to be working out. And maybe a boost coming in from the CT side. Desi gets himself in that position, but not backed up. So same crossfire they had before. One player towards sandbags, and one in the Neo position as well. Just looking to stop players walking out and shut down any boost as well. Double up setup once again. Def, this time watching A storage from City Spawn and Surreal towards B.
Def's just waiting. Left side of the truck, very, very open angle. Hits the shot, he's fine, but if he gets stuck in this corner and they make it into the forklift, he could have problems. There's no one really even close enough on Highway to support that. Slemmy's going to rotate around so he could. I think we might see a boost for the first time in a long time on the CT, or excuse me, on the T side. Try and get above and over and work toward the cubby, where indeed Desi is. They're late to bags. No one goes all the way over, so no Molotov to flush him out. But all they're doing is checking mid this round rather than trying to push to Highway, where they have had a lot of access, to be fair.
This will be that full execution once again. Let's keep our eyes on Lucas if we can and see if he has the same sort of play with the flashbang. Doesn't look like he will. He's in a different position this time. Smoke's deployed. Molotov's coming in as well. Slemy's trying to do some damage in. Sprays through. Gets one. Picks up KNG. 5 and 4. It's a difficult buy for Immortals. This is a big round. If compLexity can convert this one, they're going to have a chance to actually get a couple more in a row.
Shot from Def. This is exactly it. A couple more in a row. They've got to hold off. On the Immortals side, they're not doing so. It's just Steel remaining. He's going to go down as well. Slemmy getting 2 kills on the way back through, and all 5 staying alive. This is, you're right, definitely their chance to get back into the half.
Yeah, this has to be an eco now. With the bomb going down, I think we could have a partial buy coming from Immortals here. They could squeeze out like a really poor buy, be like a mixture of AKs, UMPs, Tech-9s. I think they'll just go for the partial. That would be wise at this point. You have the lead. You've won the T-half already, but nice play from Slemmy. He was a 1 for 8, and he's now actually 9 for 10. He's turned his game around and got involved and had some really amazing rounds. So round number 13 coming to the closing sectors now of the first half. 8 to 4, double up setup once again for compLexity. Got an AK to work with, a couple of M4s, and Surreal and Def, the UK duo over the sniper rifles. It's going to be towards B this time. They're just trying to set pieces, it seems, Immortals now. It does make sense when you've only got the Tech-9s and P250s. Maybe just a smoke towards City Spawn, flash over. Won't be the most technical of executions. They've got no Molotovs to work with. Take on the flashes. Look at that first frag. And it's going to be Slemmy, though, once again doing amazing work here with that M4A4.
Slemmy's trying to stay alive. They're going to wrap around. Good shot back. Keeps himself in it. Surreal takes Henny, so he's alive on the sight. Bomb down as well. Bolts may have slipped in behind them, but I don't think he's going to do much with it. He might get a kill. Does pick up 1. Bolt not tagged by the no-scope of the AWP. They know exactly where he is, and all attention is turned toward him. 1:03. It's got to be kills to win the round, especially where the bomb is babysat so heavily.
Yeah, there's an AWP up there for him, but they're trying to deny it as much as they can. That's going to touch him. He might go down to this. Oh, a couple more ticks would have done it. Down to 21 HP now. Got a flashbang, and just that Tech-9 unable to recover the AWP. So I think he's given up with that idea, and compLexity do indeed win the round. Surreal taking down that final kill from Bolts. 8-5. That's actually 4 rounds in a row, Matt. So we did say they managed to win that previous one. Could be a couple in a row, and it certainly has done the job. They actually give themselves a shout. Even if it's 10-5 at this point, it's not the worst half in the world. His Slemmy once again. He's actually gone for top of the scoreboard. He was a 1 for 8. Now he's a 12 for 10. Great job by him. Good turnaround. Round number 14. Still the double orbs for Henny now with a full by himself. Known to be very good on this map. I've seen how it's amazing performances, but nothing too crazy so far. Boost up, just narrowly avoiding the flames up.
play. Surreal using the smoke. Good awareness of it to not only extinguish the Molotov, but then have a gap inside of the smoke to take down the player checker. Sunlight that wouldn't have expected that. KNG, though, making up for it. Will catch Slummy off in mid. This could again open up access to Highway. The bomb's still waiting at mid. Won't commit either direction just yet. Lucas has to be careful, taking a lot of damage. Down to 10. That was an exchange toward vents. They're in, though. But not going anywhere. Surreal has the first shot already. Good response, KNG on the AK this time as Henny smoked down a tree, needs to position himself to get a shot at Heaven. He backs up and realizes he needs the angle in his favor, but they're already over to the left side. As Steel goes for the plant, who's going to peek out? Player at Heaven not moving just yet. Def will start to do so, so too will Android, but as such, Henny's already gone back to watch the rotation flank. So they don't have access. He's cleared it. Come back around the fence. Instead, from the spray down position, it's Steel that goes in with one, out with the other. Android makes his way through, but he's found by Henny, who's starting to get dynamic again from Checkers. Smoke in front of him, but a 2 versus 1, and Def has a lot of work to do. And they WP. May not be a lot of work anymore, though. Lucas has only 10 HP to work with, but he's in behind him. He's got to be careful. Manages to make it work.
Yeah, he almost whiffed that spray. There was the full AK commitment there. Crowd spray, 30 bullets. Like you said, low HP wasn't such a huge factor considering Def had the AWP, but still, a bit dicey towards the end there. His Def pushing in towards the checker room. Great flashbang by him. You can see how effective that was in this split screen replay. Pretty nice. And we go into the final round now. Number 15, 9-5. Plenty of money available for compLexity here. They recover with the double AWP setup once again. Bolts down to the UMP. Pretty much full buff up from that. Still with no nades, so still are not completely stable. And looks like maybe a little B fake here. Henny and Bolts towards the B storage side of the map, and then 3 in Squeaky Door. Def for that decent angle once again, though. He could shut them down. That's just 1 kill, full back. Quite a safe angle for him. And the terrorists are aware. They're not going to give too much away at the moment. They're all 3 waiting for the distraction to be made at B, from what I can tell right now. They can see the door is open, so they don't want to give too much away. And Def's fallen back. Bait has been taken, it seems. They can just walk out to the A side. There's no one there whatsoever. They can just go silently here. They can plant as well, man. This is rough.
Yeah, free access. One of my absolute favorite things in life.
As opposed to pay.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone loves stuff that's free, right? The best things in life are often free. For Immortals, that's a bomb plant on the A side. His bullets goes all the way back around as well. He's going to hear 2 coming. Only manages to get 1, but that's fine. Because with bomb down, it gives more information as to exactly where the CTs are. And of those CTs, they now know one of them is that truck, the other is flanking him behind. They're now ready for it. Crossfire set, don't even need it. KNG's got the kill. It's 10-5 at half for Immortals.
Yeah, taking the bait, hook, line, and sinker there, compLexity. They just heard 1 player towards the B side of the map, a couple of smokes deployed as well. Def, who had the perfect position to shut that round down, he falls back towards CT spawn, and they walk into an open A bomb site. The bomb going down, and there's 10 players on the server as well. That's a little bit shocking in compLexity. Probably a bit frustrated at that one. They did get back into this game at least. So we said 10-5, certainly possible to still win the game. We take no breaks here at the minor. We're going straight into the second half. It's round number 1. So this time compLexity on the T side, of course. They've got quite a tactical execution coming in potentially here as well. They've got 1 smoke, 2 Molotovs, flashbangs, decoys, and in terms of upgraded pistols, none of those actually have Glocks and armor on the remaining 3 players. So Surreal towards Squeaky Door. Quite a standard round from what I can see so far. The bomb coming in the back of Android, and he's in mid storage as well. So Desi watching B, Slemmy and T spawn. CT's not on the A retake this time. It's got 3 players within the bomb site itself. Bolts at the forklift. KNG and Henny towards the core position.
So Android being very, very passive for compLexity as he waits with bomb.
Yeah, they're just hoping that some CT aggression comes in here. They can shut it down, get the early advantage, then go for their execution. That'd be ideal, but doesn't seem to be coming in. So like we said, Molotovs, I would say they go towards the B site from the current setup. 2 Molotovs on the site, smoke towards CT spawn or Heaven, flash in. I'd say CT spawn smoke makes more sense. And then you're trying to overwhelm the players on the B bomb site.
Bounce flash. Lands well inside of B main, but no one there to catch it. They're going to play a retake B, which is very, very difficult to do, to be fair. Especially with the smoke down, Lucas can't find anyone. Tries to fire every bullet in his gun to do so. Steel realizes they've gone in toward the generator and wrap back around. Takes some damage, tries to dish some out, but can't find the headshots either. So bomb planted. This is actually a great position for compLexity to be in. Steel's the one with the kit. Thankfully, he's already over at B. So if he goes down, it's within range of his teammates. Setup is strong right now from compLexity, and it's going to be go time, and it's going to be a fast go as well from Immortals. They're all set, they're all ready. Rush in and take the exchange, take the fights, force the issue, but being slow and hesitant, that gives Android a free shot within the site. Lost his teammate in Desi, but Android's done very well. You give this guy any chance at accuracy, it seems he's going to take it. His movement's quite good as well as he gets behind Bolts, but still Bolts finds the kill. And they've got the time, or do they? They don't. The kit never got close enough. Steel went down, no one picked it up, and compLexity win the round.
Really nice run there for compLexity. Like we said at the start, very slow and disciplined in that default, waiting for the CT aggression to come in. Went for that full B execution. Unfortunately for Immortals, they went all in on A. Normally it's the A retake, you focus more towards middle and CT spawn, and then you go for the retake depending on where the map goes. But there are 3 players on the A side of the map, so like you said, 5 players on either side alive. Once again, when the bomb's planted, that's going to be an amazing position for compLexity to be in. Immortals do find the kills. They have the superior firepower when it came to the one-on-one duels, but the kit not making it to the bomb side itself means that compLexity pick up a much-needed pistol round here. A 4-spy from the CT side, managing to find all the kills, means they get a bit more money. A UMP comes up for Henny, a couple of CZs, Deagles, 5-7s as well. Fast mid-play there from compLexity, trying to find that first pick, and Android, he takes it down. That's Lucas dropping first. And now, nothing else has to happen. They don't have to overcommit, hold middle, wait for the reaction to come in, like we saw from Immortals in the first half. Do some great damage towards Henny as well. So this is looking great.
Play Desi. Getting in before Henny could retreat completely up highway. Steal found by Android, waiting in middle. So 10-7. All 5 staying alive. Things looking good for compLexity to start out the round. They've got 18K over 5 players already. So as you see, rather than looking at that, it's about 3K each. And they've got an option to farm a little bit more with 4 SMGs. 4, Henry.
4
15
SMGs.
kills for Android, by the way. Not bad. Reverse that around. It's 19 kills for Henning that leads the way. Pass toward the B site, so we have good position. Aggressive. Def finds another. Yeah, the SMGs are farming all the cash, rushing in. Android will get a kill. I think that's Team Ace, was it? No, it wasn't. There was 2 kills for Def. My mistake. I thought Slemmy got one.
Oh, do we have Slemmy, because he's the in-game leader? Does he get a little...
Oh, yeah, look at that. Little
captain.
What we should know our rank. Is that Sergeant? I think that's Sergeant.
Sergeant would make sense.
Yeah, because it's private. See, it's different in the States and Canada. Private, Private 2, or Private, First Private, Corporal, Sergeant. I don't know. I used to know this.
Anyway,
I used to play in a Medal of Honor clan that used those.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was very cool. I got promoted to admin, though, so I was over top of everyone. Get wrecked,
Server
Rex.
admin.
Get wrecked. I could do whatever I wanted.
So then Bolt on the other side. That's quite cool. Little notes. There's going to be plenty of things we notice throughout the weekend, I think, and we'll keep track of them. But here we go. Round number
If someone knows what that army logo is in your respective country, let us know on Twitter. Chirping like a bird on Twitter. Dodges a flash quite swiftly. That's Desi that wants to walk out, though, with the AK. He'll find his successful kill, but Lucas has got 2 better. One better, I should say. 2 overall. Fortunately, unaware that Surreal was so deep inside of the site, but it's KNG that still steps up. And we've got to close the program unexpectedly, as the AWP from KNG was too much to handle, but it's Surreal and Desi left alive, and they're going to try and get a bomb plant down. Default position with the smoke behind the box. It's quite good for them. We've got some floating weaponry.
That's
for
nice.
Desi.
We're back into it, though. It's going to be 10-8.
This could be good, actually. Boost above the smoke. See, highway goes completely the other way.
Nice attempt.
Yep.
Good boost, but KNG ready for that. Blows at the heads off with the AWP. It's going to be Immortals winning the first gun round here. But that was still a bit of a bonus round there from compLexity. Like you said, so many SMGs to work with. Quite standard on the first gun round after the CT's force by in the second. Go for a set piece, stick together, get the smokes down, bomb plant in. They had an AWP though to work with Immortals and managed to pick it up. 11-8 now. compLexity with another buy in hand. This might be their final one though. Android still with a bit of residual cash. He's got 4K left over. Very important round. So compLexity right back into this. It was looking so dire at one point. I think it was 8-1 before they really got rolling here. They finished the half 10-5 with one in the second half pistol though. It's actually looking relatively convincing for a chance for them to get back into it. We'll see what happens. So round number 20 now. Double AWP set up on the CT side, of course. That's where Henny and KNG want to be. It's not ideal having another primary AWP within the team, but these sort of situations, it's great. I guess it kind of works out depending on what map you're playing. You just don't want to get in a situation where you're force buying double AWPs every single opportunity. It's not viable across every single map and scenario.
I like that you can see who's blinded even when you're not watching them as well on the overlay. So Henny's blinded right now. Henny's dead right now. Surreal catches him. Good play. Push out of the vents from mid. Catch him as he falls back in from checker. Simple map control to use. Surreal. And Desi.
the opening pick coming in for Surreal. 5 and 4. complexity now starting to find these advantages consistently. They can actually convert them. Yet to be seen. Surreal with another pick there. That's Lucas being taken down towards middle. He's going to get, I thought, boosted up. Actually heads towards A storage here.
Do you know that he drives a Kia? Because he's a Kia man.
The Kia man, yeah, I saw that. Keep that gold coming.
Oh, Android's gone down. Steel with that kill. It's going to be death to be taken out by Bolts. So they could actually find round 12 here as they pull it back to 3 versus 3. It's still all to play for. Everyone blinded by that flash, by the way. Some more than others. Slemmy able to get the bomb down. Will play close to the box. Molotov will go over his head. He'll be in good position, but they've still got to be a little bit careful of the fact that KNG has a WP and Surreal goes down. So now not only is he Kia man, he's killed an action man. Was it him that was Kia man? Did I get that one right? Okay,
Surreal
cool.
is.
Nice. Okay, I got it. Joke landed. KNG's got Desi. He's actually holding off well, but KNG very good on the retake. Gets all 3 kills when it was in the 3 versus 3. And he's going to get the defuse as well.
Slemmy doing everything he could there. 2 kills towards the end. I thought he was going to win yet another clutch, but complexity towards the ace. So I have to say, a few players giving away their kill for 3 there. No chance of a refrag. Deft is running up highway. Not even looking towards CT spawn, giving Bolts an easy frag. And that's going to be 12-8. They got the bomb down there, so they can still buy into this one. Money being whistled away. They're keeping the CTs relatively modest as well, coming down to a couple of 1v1s in the previous round. So we'll see what happens here in the buy. So it looks like we do go all in. Complexity with AKs, UMPs, and 1 Tech 9. So Surreal, of course, the AWPer. Not as much money as his teammates. They do have enough for an execution, though. I'd say towards B. That's exactly what will happen here. This will be the Molotovs towards the site. Checkers as well. Waiting for any sort of reaction here. We have got a CT player towards the checker rooms itself. Not fully committing. Just trying to bait out any grenades potentially here. Lucas goes down to 67 HP.
Up on top of the box.
Here we go.
Pop on pop. Lucas down immediately after he takes out Desi, but gets 1 for 1. Not bad on the fact that they're entering to be, so they've got the information. This needs to be better. As they walk out through the vents, Slemmy goes back into Steel, but it is a decent play and good position from KNG. Again, Henny's going to pincher them in. Slemmy's not sure exactly which way to go. He's still waiting to see if they'll face. Manages the kill on KNG.
Oh, Slemmy with another clutch here, Matt. He's won a few of them this game, currently on 17 frags. He really has been lights out after going down 1 for 8. Can't do anything about it. This round, though, unfortunately, no bomb planted as well. 13-8. Looks like this is ending up to be an Immortals victory from what I can see so far. A timeout comes in, though. I assume it's from complexity. We'll see what they decide to do here. It's a good time to call it. Don't really have enough money to work with here. They can do a partial buy short. They're a 3rd stake loss bonus right now, which means $2,400. They have 1 player who's a bit more. Slemmy's got 4,200, but I think there's a partial buy here. PD50s, Tech 9s. You can win those sort of rounds. It's unlikely, but then there'll be a 14-8. Then no mistakes can be made. Decent showing here from complexity, I have to say, in terms of the final few rounds of the first half, winning the pistol as well. Showed some promise, but Immortals now look to be quite comfortable, especially after winning this round. They have plenty of money to work with. It's number 22, so they are, of course, using the Valve official rules here. Just to be clear, it's a Valve run event, obviously, the minors leading up to the major. So you get 4 pauses per game, or per map, I should say. And Slemmy with the chance to take down Henny there, but gets beaten to the punch.
He certainly did. So Immortals on 13. We said it was going to be tough, like you say, to start. And you just referenced that again from complexity, obviously. But I think they've done well in this game. There's just a few things that need to be improved. Obviously, had a really poor start, trying to hold off the A site in particular, it seemed. Yeah,
that's the problem with the best of 1. If you have that rough start, as you start CT or force buying all over the place, that's when I think you shouldn't even consider force buying the second round, like, especially with the underdog as well. You feel so gutted if you lose the game in that sense because you just limited your own money against a superior team.
The problem is because those mistakes happen very early. Sometimes they're hard to identify because you're like right now it's 13-8, but you were looking at 10-8 a minute ago. You start to look at the mistakes you made when the game's close.
Ooh,
that's a good shot from Depth. You have to consider the game being a much longer principle than just those close rounds, and therefore your start matters a lot. But because it's so long ago, it often gets forgotten. I guess is the point I'm making. Either way, good position for complexity here. They get 2 kills on the pistol plus a bomb plant, so something to work with. But Bolt's finding his 3rd kill in the round. He's down to Desi. He's still got a chance in this. Knows they're up close. Headshot on Steel. I don't think he spotted, or he did. Okay, so he's backed up. He didn't. I wasn't sure he knew KNG was going to be coming in from tree right away. But either way, 6 HP was all they survive with.
Yeah.
Desi nearly gets a 4K to close out the round in favor of compLexity.
Yeah, he's a very talented player there. Desi doing everything he could. It opened things up with that amazing deagle shot from Def towards the vent. It was a round. They actually had a shout of actually winning there as well. 6 HP in the final player, but low HP for Desi as well. Couldn't convert it. Like I said, that was very dirty play from Bolts, pushing for checkers and actually managing to get 3 very nice headshots there. 14-8 now, getting to the final few rounds. compLexity with another full buy here. They took a pass on the previous 4-state loss bonus with the bomb going down as well, and some kills, so pretty healthy here. AWP, 4 AKs, and the utility to work with. 3 players towards B storage for now. Desi watching the flank, Slemmy holding middle. No real aggression in the CTs. The thing is as well, you keep coming down to these 1v1s, so compLexity just find one round here. They're back into it again. Another lifeline will be granted towards them. But 1 minute 25. Bomb still down. Doesn't look like compLexity will be giving too much away as of yet. First shot there from Henny. Aggressive in that squeaky door position. Takes down Desi, one of the key players for compLexity.
So Slemmy is going to try and continue to work with his team toward B, it seems, but he's actually over toward a main with bomb, setting up for a set smoke to flash out toward middle. The problem is Bolts is already in locker, but thankfully for his sake, he's not going to push through. If he didn't count the bomb, it would have been a huge problem. It's still problematic. As Slemmy finds himself alive but alone. It's the story of my life. And all 5 to go down. Immortals to pick up map points, so they're in position, quite good position at this point.
Yes, map and indeed match point, I guess. At this point, this is we've got 3 best of 1 feed today and 2 best of 3, right?
Just to note as well, no gun rounds won from compLexity on the T side, so the pistol kind of makes it look much better than it is.
Well, yeah, that's always the aim, right? If you have a rough first half, you need to get the pistol, brings you back into it. But you're right, that's all they've already done here in the second half. 15-8, and we'll see whether we've got anything left in the tank for compLexity. 4 AKs and a Galil. No AWP, of course, with a double up set up once again for Henny and KNG, which seems to be quite the deadly duo. And it's going to be AK spray from Lucas. Doesn't do any, does do a bit of damage, beg your pardon, and finds Slemmy as well, who just runs through by himself. I think this could be the end. It's looking very much to be the case. It's going to be Def finding 1 kill, and it's going to be a consolation prize at this stage. 4 on 2 now, Def and Desi. What have you got for us? I've been waiting for Def to really break out in the CSGO.
I think I've been waiting for the entire UK region.
Yeah,
to really
well, I
break
think you
out,
might be
Henry.
waiting a little bit longer.
It's true. When are you coming back?
Uh,
They need a leader. They need an inspiration.
I'm planning it in 2020.
2020.
Yeah, I'm going to get my skills.
Well,
worked
they
up
do
the next
say
3 years.
hindsight is 2020, Henry,
Yeah.
and maybe you'll realize then that you shouldn't have come back.
Yeah, we'll work it out. I want to make sure I completely ruin my casting career first, and then go back.
Oh, I can do that right now. If
Yeah,
you want.
you've given it a good few attempts.
I can. Yeah, I can ruin both of ours right now if you'd like. Just let me know. Press the red button. Death goes down. Henny's got the